we are now with Kuai.
Yeah,
How are you, Kuai?
I'm doing great, Simon.
All right, welcome to Shanghai.
Thanks.
All right, you did a long trip from Germany now, right?
Yes, yeah,
And the purpose of this trip is business, right?
it's mainly business, and also I'm doing a little bit of charity work next week. So I'm really going to a really poor area in Sichuan, in the also in some province in China. So I'm going to teach some school kids there. So it's like a really poor, the poverty kind of area. So there are the school kids. So I'm invited to go there and just to give some teaching there.
And how did this start?
So this is like a charity, non-profit organization, and they just they take a lot of donations for the kids. So I just got to know because of whatever kind of reason. I don't even remember how I know those people, and they invited me to go there for a week and to do some teaching. I think it's a very nice chance to experience something new, and also it's for a good purpose. So I'm going next week.
You have done this before, charity?
No, this is my first time for this. I have never seen this kind of really poor area in China, so it's also for me very new experience. I have never experienced that before. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you came from Germany.
Yeah.
And you also came from business. What business is that?
So what I'm doing right now is just I'm trying to make the communication better. So basically, I communicate with different people and special across the cultures. This is what I do, and yeah. Also, this time I have been booked many times for different speeches, different workshops. So this is another part of the business I'm going to do here.
All right. And why are you living in Germany?
Yeah, it's a very long story.
Because you are Chinese.
Yeah, I'm Chinese. I'm born in China, and also I spent quite a long time here in the school. And after that, just like most of the Chinese, they are. I came to Germany for education. I did my degree there, and after that, I just stayed there.
Okay, so now you're working for a German company, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. And what type of company is that?
So right now, I'm also in charge of a daughter company of a German group, and this is a company is making the industrial luminaires.
You're gonna do a speech in 2 days.
Yeah.
All right. So how did that develop?
Oh yeah, it's a very interesting thing because this time, I mean, Simon, you are awesome. So you invited me to come over and to give a speech, and you literally told me that I can tell about anything, and this is you are telling me that I have 15 minutes to talk about anything I want uninterruptedly. So this is usually not happening in my world. So I really cherish this chance, and also for me it's heaven. Really, I mean I have never experienced that before. That I can talk about something I really want to share. So I'm going to talk about my lifestyle.
All right, and you have been a speaker for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time. What type of speeches do you normally do?
I mean, usually people invited me to come over and just they have a very, let's say, not clear, I should say. I mean, they have a really a profit-oriented mindset. So because they want me to talk about business a lot. So basically, usually what I do is to talk a lot about business, especially the international sales, and also a lot of leadership. The management kind of topics, how to lead a team, how to develop a team, how to cooperate better, this kind of topic, and also sometimes also some nutrition or fitness oriented topics as well. So just different group.
And how did you become a speaker?
Oh, this is because my father. I mean, first of all, I have a family history. So my father, he's a professor in a university. So we have more or less like a family thing that we like to talk and we like to communicate, we like to talk. And for me, my whole life is because all the I started from a really humble background. I don't have a, let's say, anything or a rich family or let's say rich background which can support me. So I started everything really from the ground up. The thing is, the speech I mean, I didn't even know at that time that all the presentations, all the speeches I had, they helped me to get where I am. I used to be a teacher in the university, and at that time, the reason I came as a Chinese guy to teach in the German university was not heard of. So the reason I have done that because in my last on my last day in the university, I did a really good speech as we call the colloquium. So the end, that's at the end of your bachelor thesis, I have to give a speech about that thesis. So I did a really good job at that. So they all told me after that this is the best they have ever seen. So this really gave me a chance to have my first career, have my first work in the university. And basically the public speaking opened the door for me. So I kind of, you can say it's a gratitude thing. And also I think it's maybe my gift. Maybe it's something that where I should say it's a calling or it's a passion. Yeah, that's my answer.
Right. And when you worked
Hmm.
for your university,
Hmm.
what type of job did you do?
I taught chemistry. I taught chemistry in the university for 3 years full time. So I in Aachen, and I have at the beginning I started with a very international. I started with all the international students. So I started with really students from different cultures, from different countries like the Middle East, Russia, Asia part, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, China, and also some from the USA. You know, those all different kind of cultures. So I started with the lab. So I gave some lab lectures for the students, and after that, I also had a chance to give some lectures. And in the end, I even had some German local students also in my group.
All right. And that also led you to the job you are in now, being a speaker and being a teacher.
Not exactly. I mean, the thing is, after 3 years to do with in the university, you feel this kind of so-called comfort zone. So I feel really the midlife crisis had me. So I feel that nothing really challenging anymore. So I basically have a very normal routine, a really comfortable life, and this is not what I'm really looking for. So I did something in my position would do. I just quit. So I quit my job at that time. I started to I started my first company. I didn't even have a clue what I want to do with my first company at that time. So I just with the courage I went out from the university and I built a company in Düsseldorf and started some kind of cooperation with, especially because I have a technical background, so it's not that complicated to do some the technology transfer between Europe and Asia. So this is where I started, and to my surprise, it went very well.
Later, you also told that you did a speech in a fair.
Yeah, yeah, and this has led me to the current job exactly because at that time, you know, the Hanover Fair is the largest industrial the exhibition. So I was also a coincidence because at that time, people uh, they have a special forum just for the cooperation between Germany and China, and they need speakers to talk about how to behave, how to deal with different cultural background, how those two nations can work better together, this kind of topic. So I went there and I gave a 20-minute speech, just what I did in the last 2 years. And I just break it down, some kind of small details, what I did, what I learned from the cooperation between China and Germany. And yeah, it turned out one of the guy from the audience, he told me that one of my clients really need to hear that. This is the beginning of everything. So I went to that client. It's right now where I work for. So this is the same company. So I went to the board and I gave another talk about 1 hour. I did basically the same thing, and it gave me this. And after this talk, they asked me if I want to lead one of their company. So I thought at that time I needed a few days to think about it, and after that I said yes.
All right. And how was it starting in that company? What did you have to do? What position was that?
The decision was if I still want to continue, because my own company worked very well. I mean, at that time, we don't have any kind of financial stress. We don't have any kind of, um, I mean, it's a very healthy company. And also, I had a team with 5 people, so they always want to continue to do the job they want to do. The only thing is, I just don't feel that is the right thing. Me personally, this is my dream. It's not really. This is just one of my just one station in my life. It's not the entire thing. And also, especially in what we did, I don't see a future because what we did at that time was more like there's still a difference between I mean, it's just basically information difference between two nations. We make money just from the people do not have the same information. So the Chinese, they could not read the German patents, they could not read, they do not understand the German technology, and the Germans, they want to get the Chinese market and they cannot do that. This is mainly, if I really summarize in a really short way, somehow like that. And I so believe that the technology will actually help us in the future to do that instead of us as people to do that. So I don't see there's a future for this kind of business model in the future. So at that time, I was thinking about should I close my company or not.
That new company, what was your task?
Oh, the task was basically the same thing because my task is the global sourcing. If there's a term for you, the global sourcing means we try to buy everything cheaper, better, and find better suppliers, suitable suppliers for the company. This is the main task I have.
What are your specialties now? When you do speeches, what topics do you talk about, and why are those your specialties?
Yeah,
And
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very, very, very good question. The thing is, my dream is to become an international speaker. I mean, this is my next dream and my next goal. And so far, I think I'm still in a really early stage for that. So because you are in an early stage, so you cannot be picky. You cannot be very selective about what topics you can get. So if you really ask me deeply what I want to talk about, it's quite different from what I'm giving right now because what I'm giving is what is popular, what people want to hear, what I can sell. It's not something that really in my heart. So basically, all the right now, if you look at the surface, what I'm doing is the best sellers for me is usually the business-oriented topics like international sales, like a intercultural training with business perspective, a very popular topic, and also leaderships. I'm always encourage people to lead no matter what kind of job title you have, this kind of thing. This is also one very big popular topic I have. And those kind of things are interesting. I still want to go more to another area.
before you talk about your other areas, sorry, how did you become proficient at these topics like leadership, so that you can talk about it?
Because for a guy like my age, I'm 30 I'm 32 years old, and I work in a very conservative German company, and I can lead a team. And also before that, with age 27, I led the team as well. I led my own team. So if you look at those kind of perspectives, I do consider myself as a leader, more or less. And so also I consider myself as if you go to the board where I'm working right now. So basically, most of the people they can be my father. So I'm the youngest one. I'm the only one look different. So they may think I'm the service person in the board meeting. You know what I mean? So it's. The reason I can do that, I can achieve the position, the reason I can achieve what I do, I don't think it's a quite accomplishment. Still, I consider myself as a leader, as I still have some good ways how I get here, and I think people need to hear that.
Right. And those are the topics you currently talk about. Which are the topics you want to talk about?
I would like to more maybe even go to the more like the private or the personal section, like the fitness part, you know, the biohacking, if there's something for you, it's a term. And I want to talk more about, you know, this kind of motivation kind of stuff, you know, how to have a self-discipline, you know, how to keep yourself motivated, more also psychological topics like how to deal with all the different life issues like fear, like stress, like this kind of topics, because this is also part of my experience. Just nobody's right now actually is booking this kind of topics from me, so I'm still developing.
Right? Can you explain biohacking?
Yeah, biohacking is, you know, the computer hacking. Everybody understand what computer hacking is. So computer hacking is something that you try to understand the computer program in a way that you can take advantage of the program in the way you want to use it. So the biohacking is basically the same, just instead of a computer, we try to do it with our own biology. So we try to understand our own biology in such a good way that we can do whatever we want to do with it. For example, like how to optimize your sleep, how to eat well just to keep your energy level every day in an optimum level, and how to you know, how to train smart, how to earn muscle without really exhausting your body the whole time. This kind of topics are all the biohacking related topics.
So you said that you are in the beginning stage of your speaking career,
Yeah.
so you cannot be picky. But you have been speaking for many, many years, and that's exactly which got you the job with a very high position in which
Yeah.
you are at. How is that your beginning stage, and how will you develop into a more advanced stage?
Simon, I think this depends on how you look at the beginning stage. I mean, just like if you look at the professional athlete, like a tennis player, for example. I'm also a very passionate tennis player. The thing is, I can say I played already tennis for many years. And the thing is, if you look at the intensity, the professionals, they are doing the thing. And like someone like me, I train maybe 3 hours a week, and I play maybe 2 matches per week. And a professional athlete, they train every day maybe 8 hours, and they have almost like every another day a match. So 1 year for this kind of intensity, and 1 year for me is totally different. So the speaking is the same. Maybe I still consider myself as not ungifted in public speaking. The thing is, because I have jobs, I have other distractions in life, I have other, let's say, part of life I have to invest a lot of time to. So if still not like I'm not practicing enough. So it's more like a hobby public speaker. So I'm still not in the stage that I can say because even I say I have already been giving speeches many years. I give maybe, let's say, 2 speeches a month. This is a good month. And a professional one, they may give another day already a speech. So the intensity is different. So that's, I think right now what I'm doing is ready to first gather more volume for myself, because I still believe that just by making a lot of trainings, by doing first to gather enough volume, enough training, enough. If I can do, let's say, next year 200 speeches, I will be good. And right now, in my tempo, in my speed, even I'm really gifted. I'm the most gifted person on earth. I still don't think I can get to the goal where I want to go, because there's just not enough training there.
All right, very good. So you said that at the moment you're talking about topics which are interesting, but not what you really want to talk about. And then earlier you said that you're really happy because this Saturday you get the chance to speak about what you really want to talk about.
Yeah.
And you said you're going to talk about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you also said that in the future you really want to talk about biohacking, productivity,
Yeah.
and these type of things.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to talk about?
No, I think depends on. No, I mean for sure. Part of my speech on Saturday is going to be also a biohacking related thing. Not that long. It's just maybe very short mention. No, the thing is, I'm thinking about the audience. I'm thinking about in this country what this country want to hear, and also I know China very well. And the first thing I think I want to share, and also it's maybe also the easiest speech I can give, is to talk about my own life. Is talk about my own lifestyle. Is talk about my own approach of life. And also this is the thing that I really do think the people need to hear. I really do think the people in this country, because it's the cultural impact is so strong, and people may people may also, this is a good and a bad thing. So people may also suffer from it a lot because of cultural impact. So I want to show people there's one alternative to for them, so they can choose a different path.
And you think that lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
can be a factor in success in business?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's very, very good question. Lifestyle can be I think lifestyle is the foundation. I think lifestyle is the foundation of for good business. The thing is, I work with all the company chefs, with all the company owners a lot. Um, I know what kind of issue they are having and what kind of challenge they are facing every day. So I don't really believe that if you just be a workaholic and you are successful, and I believe that a quite well designed lifestyle with a good business, you can actually give more value to the world. So also you can be more healthy on your own. So basically, right now, if I may, actually, the thing is right now the most business owners they just hustle too much, and they don't have a lot of free time. So that is the old rich. I call the old rich. So the old rich people, they are rich and they have to show up every day. They have to work 8-9 hours, and they have a whole team that they also have to work under such kind of working condition, and so they don't feel satisfied because they don't have freedom, because they don't have free time. And this also, the time is the most valuable and the most limited resource we all have.
And you said about designing your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Design is usually used in arts,
Mm-hmm.
right? So how did you come up with the idea of design in your lifestyle? I heard it before, but is that something you also read about, or have you
No,
thought about
lifestyle.
it yourself?
Yeah, it's absolutely my own thought. It's my own opinion. I think uh, a lot of basically everything's designed in our world. There's nothing. It's not. Look at this room. All the furnitures, all the stuff. If you look at aircraft, the reason we can get here. I mean, if the reason I can get from Frankfurt to Shanghai, it's because the machine is designed in a way that it can fly. So I think the most difficult or the most underlooked part of the stuff we need to design is our own life. So nothing, we need to do something with intention. This is my idea. So lifestyle is also something is can be in our hand that we can change if we want. We can change it with intention. It's not something that is defined by anyone else that we don't have control over it. And this is not like, I mean, I do think like environment is something that as a single person, we don't have that much control over it. And for our own life, for our own lifestyle, I do think we all have a pretty good control over that.
And why do you think most people have a, let's call it, bad design of their
I think
lifestyle?
I would give two reasons for that. I think the first one is fear of being unaccepted, fear of being broke, fear of being lefted. Um, so you know, a fear that we all can feel that because we all think about how could I get the bread on the table tomorrow, this kind of thing, and we all think about I need to provide safety for me, for the family, for the kids, uh, and if I don't do something, that means myself, and also maybe my family would suffer. I think this is the first reason. And the second reason is I don't think people can think very clearly because of the distractions in our society. You want to compare. I think the materialism is the thing that because you want to compare with others, it's comparison. So we try to show other people I'm better, or I want to be part of that. Let's say all the you why we want to have a good car, have a big car, because we want to show people that we are doing good, right? We are doing all right in our life. So that's the reason we buy big cars, we buy big house. So and because of this, and they don't know is all those kind of decisions, all those kind of hustle, all those kind of hard work behind it. People, if you are really enjoying that, if you are just want to get it just because of the people, or you want to show people, and this is a totally different story. So I think we really often don't take our own kind of desire, I mean, really inner desire, that seriously. We just put others' expectations too much on the table.
And you are very successful, very young and successful, but you want to change into public speaking. Is
Mm-hmm.
that because you have a message to share, or because you like it so much? And if you like it so much, why do you like it so much?
Oh, I think it's more like a giving value thing. I'm a person, I believe in a life of service. I believe the whole idea that I can the whole idea um, I what I should do for the world is not. I don't care about how much money I earn. Seriously, I don't care. I don't really care about if I am doing while in the way. I just more focused on if I'm giving enough value to the society. This is the part this is always I ask myself all the time if I'm really generating the real value for others. And if I look at even the previous work I have done, or my own my entrepreneurship journey, or right now where I am, and I don't see that much big value I generate for the society. It may already as a benefit I can have a good life from that. It's just not enough for me. I want to generate more value, and for with the possibilities we have in this society right now, what we are having with all the technologies, with the internet, with the let's say the information explosion, what we are experiencing, I think the best way to give value to the society is through public speaking, through just giving a message to tell people what you want to say, what you want people to hear. And this is for me very valuable for the society.
All right, so public speaking has and is becoming more and more popular
Mm-hmm.
because maybe that's something that robots probably can't take over in comparison to many other industries.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the future of public speaking?
I would say for sure this is a very good point. It's because all the AIs they cannot take over the public speaking because this is the humanity where we as humans we have and they don't. Um, on the other hand, is I don't think this is why public speaking is special. I think public speaking is special because it's just all human or we as the species we want to develop. I think the public speaking is a way to interchange or to exchange information, knowledge, and experiences. So I think put if you ask me about the future of public speaking, I do think for sure it's digital because I think right now it's always we need to also ask not only the thing itself and also the technology, what kind of technology is already there. So like this kind of setting, like the interview form, like in front of the camera to do a live video or to do a to do one conference in front of a camera instead of with the whole audience in the conference center. It could be more and more. I think this also where the public speaking will go in the future.
All right. So how does public speaking have? How has it influenced you?
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I think the best thing public speaking influenced me myself is to see how bad I am at organizing my own thoughts. The thing is, sometimes I think you can share this kind of feeling that we have something very clear in our mind. We think we are clear. We think we can. Everybody need to know this. I have a clear message. I want you to understand. And the thing is, also very often, it's not that easy to see it out. It's much harder than we expected because we always think I have a very, very killer message. I want to give this to the audience, to other people. And it turns out when I really sit down, I want to put my thought all in a form that I can deliver. It comes challenge. It comes very tough moment that I have to really use all my energy to think about to do the delivery, to how could I deliver the message to the audience, and also make sure that they understand and also have a little bit fun with it, and also to not to appear to any kind of negativity or negative message or the wrong message to the audience. That would be what public speaking really influenced me.
And besides that, why do you think other people should practice public speaking?
Okay, just like you said, AI, AIs are coming. So if you are really a future-oriented person, if you really think about the future, if you really want to if you really want to, if you also like me, I believe in more in choices than in hard work. So I believe that we need to choose carefully what we want to put our time into, not just to do the hard work.
So you moved to Germany
Mm-hmm.
as a student, a young student.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was it and challenging to move there?
Oh yeah. Oh, um, I have a pretty special story to tell because I experienced also something quite different than the normal foreign students studying abroad. So for me, it's not only the study itself is challenging, and also the financial part because my father went bankrupt in the second year when I was in the university. So he called me at that time, and I can still remember that. And he told me that, son, you are on your own. So that's the part really make me feel that I have to be much more have to be faster to be independent. So for me the study is like two sides. I had to take a lot of shitty works. I work in the ice cream factory, this kind of just as a packaging worker in the night shift. It's very terrible working condition. I work like that just to finance my own study. So it's not so the challenging part for me. I think most of the foreign students, they never experience this kind of part of life. So this is how I had to finance my own study on my own. In the meantime, I also had to finish my study.
And how did you take this news when he said it? What did you think about at that moment?
At that time, I didn't feel anything unreasonable because he had already had those kind of things happen several times in his life. So for our family, it's not like something that is quite a big shock. So it's like maybe it's not like you are buying a new iPhone. So it's still kind of like a big thing. Just still, it's not that something really surprises me. And at that time, I just become instantly very solution oriented. I just need to think, okay, what should I do? So this is the first thing come to my mind, and I didn't have the time to complain or have the time to really to discuss with him or discuss with anyone. I just think, okay, this is my situation. So what is the next step I need to do? And also this is the part when I myself was in the ice cream factory, this kind of, so I did this kind of packaging 8-10 hours a day at night. I still I was telling myself the story that I don't belong here. I don't belong to this place. The only reason I'm doing it here because it's just temporary. Because my father has this kind of accident, so this is the opportunity I had. So right now, this is the best I can do. So I will use it to change, and I know in the future I will not continue doing this for a long time. So this is also really happened.
So you didn't have any cultural shock in Germany?
For sure, yes. I think everybody with my age got to a foreign country. Even sometimes I got back to China, I got some culture shock still. I mean, it's not like, and the thing is, how do you deal with that? It's just, I'm pretty relaxed with those kind. I don't take anything really personally, so it's fine.
What about the differences between Germany and China?
I think the biggest biggest issue or the biggest difference between Germany and China, I think it's more like the society, the design of society is different. So let's make an example. So if you have, let's say, three people with the skills, they have we call just according to skill, not absolute, not need the absolute value, just the skills. One person is really good, another one is medium, and another one is needs some help. Let's say in this way. And if you talk about the resources, they are supposed to be given. So this is exactly the opposite. So the society try to support the people who have less, give them more, and try to take more from the best and to give it to the let's say the worst. And so this is more like the society is try to balance the whole kind of system. And I think in China it's more like a rewarding system. If you are better, if you are the best one, you are supposed to get more. So so this has a natural hierarchy in this society. So the best ones, they are supposed to have more. They are supposed to be better. They are supposed to take more resources from the society.
And at what time do you think you will have achieved your goal in public speaking?
My goal would be 2 years. My goal would be 2 years. And also, I believe in hard work. I believe in the volume. So I will. The next year, I think I will travel even more. My goal for the next year, I want to do 200 speeches next year. Just as I said, if you have done 200 speeches a year, you must be good. If you are not getting better, you are doing something entirely wrong.
And how many speeches have you done this year?
I think it's not that much. I think under 30. I still didn't calculate it. I think the first thing came in my mind is should be around 20 to 30.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think makes you a good leader? Because you said you are and consider yourself a good leader.
I would say ego control. I think the number one thing in leadership for me is to control your own kind of ego. Just to use a really, you can say it's the Buddhism or whatever kind of approach. So basically try to make me as small as possible and try to make us or we as big as possible. This is, I think, the best way to become a good leader.
What advice would you give the people listening to you in leadership, in biohacking, like generally, maybe a couple advices?
I think if you are talking about the leadership, first of all, I am a guy who believes it doesn't matter in which kind of rank you are. For example, like you are a company, if you are not the boss of the company, you are not the owner of the company, doesn't matter. You can still take the leadership role. You can still be the leader, even you are not having the rank. The thing is just to just to make sure that people first, prioritize always the people over other stuff. So if just start with by saying a good hello and just to say a good how are you and really pay attention to the answer, what the others would tell you, and ask for their stories and give and go extra mile to help others. And doesn't matter if you are a leader or not, try to help the people, try to generate more value to other people. And this could make I think make the leadership much easier. You will become a natural leader if you are just consider about helping others, giving others support, and generate more value to others.
What's your idea of change?
What do you mean? So first of all, change is definitely good. It's nothing bad, and also change is all we need. There's one type of person I cannot really agree with. It's the people who always looking for stability, always looking for to fix everything, because nothing is actually, everything's in flow, everything's in, it's a dynamic. I don't believe in we can fix anything and it will work always like that. So the change is we have to adopt change. And also just let's take one example, just like why the dinosaurs all die and why crocodile still alive. They are all actually in the they are almost let's say in the same age. They started at the same in the same age, and the only reason is the dinosaurs, they are very big. They don't adapt to the change, to the climate change, to the environment change, and they just die. So I think for us it's the same. So we need to really pay attention to the change in technology, in the society, and also in the business setting. What is new, what is coming, and what could be the new trend, and really pay attention to all those kind of stuff instead of just say we have already done in this way, it must work. So this is wrong.
And how can somebody who's very, let's say, stubborn,
Mm-hmm.
take his first step
Mm-hmm.
toward change, whether it is in his habit or biohacking or leadership? What's the first step to change?
I would love to do a whole topic about how to build a habit. I mean, this is a very, very interesting topic for me. I would like to talk about that. First of all, it takes time. Let's just take it as example. If you want to quit something, for example, quit smoking, or you want to start a workout, or if you want to just either quit a bad habit or build a new habit, the first thing I think we all need to know is we need to know it takes time. It takes, in average, minimum 21 days to build a new habit. And also, the next thing is we need to set the expectations very, very low at the beginning. Just like, and also we need to put in volume after that, just like what I'm talking about with my own public speaking. I don't expect that I will be booked by very big events right now because I'm still in an early stage. So what I can do is I try to get as much as I can. What I get is what I will do. And the same thing, just if you want to, let's say, do workout, do not go to the gym first and do 3 hours workout on the first day, and you will never show up on the second day, right? So the first thing is really to set the expectations pretty low and really concentrate more to the consistency instead of the intensity. So, for example, if you want to do this workout, even if someone, my obesity, if someone who suffer from the obesity problem, so if they ask me what they should do to start workout, my answer would be just try to show up. Maybe just the first day you just need to go to the gym and show up, make a change, and you go back home. I mean, you don't need to even do one single rep. And just to make sure that you show up every single day. Even in the first week, you don't need to do anything. Just show up in the gym and do not do anything. Just make it a routine, just to build, just to break it down and make it small steps. And the baby steps and until you can get to the top.
Take the first step, get out of the house, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you still have the problem to get out of the house, the first day, the first one would be just get off the damn door and to say, all right, I'm done with today, it's okay.
All right. Many more questions ahead. Interesting to ask you, but I think we have a lot of material for people to think about and enjoy and learn a lot from this interview. So I want to thank you a lot for the chance and the opportunity, and looking forward for your speech in the Upscale Insight event and your future speeches, and hopefully next year you manage to do more than 200 speeches.
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure.
All right,
Yeah, thanks.